All right, welcome everyone to the second event of tonight, which is a regular tournament played on the retro mode. We had the banger of a first event with the role play, the samurai role play thing. Again, I was muted in Discord. I wanted to say welcome back to the second event of the night. We had the banger of an event. Um, the first one, the Western Army defeated the Eastern Army in the Battle of Ueda. We had some great samurai fights. A lot of player competing. Now we're going to have a regular tournament, but still on the retro mode. So with some faster attacks and some cancels and more stamina. And we actually got 8 people competing. We're going to do a round robin based on points, 6 flags each match. We are going to use the wine cellar map, and I'm actually thinking of making wine cellar one of my default tournament maps. I like the void map as well, but I just like something with a little bit more flavor. So the wine cellar fits that bill. And yeah, we got Subu, we got Pleb, we got Mike, we got Oak, Jesus, Daisy, and Usami. And the system is going to be somewhat similar to what we did last time. With 8 people, 4 of them are going to move to the next round. But here's how it's going to go. Number 4 will fight number 3. If whoever wins will fight number 2. Whoever wins will fight number 1, and number 1 will have 2 lives. So it's some sort of progression based on the position you got in the qualifiers. And we're going with the 4 spots because I feel that would give people more chances towards the end of the event to get one of these positions. We don't want to get to the last rounds, and a lot of people don't have any chance of going through. Okay, without further ado, let's dive right into it, and I am going to just assign the group here so we can see the matches. There are no skins, by the way. I deleted them. Don't worry, I still have them on a specific folder, but just to make sure that people don't pick skins. Yeah, so we got 7 rounds with 4 fights each. Oh, my last fight is gonna be against Daisy. Very interesting. We're gonna start the group stage, and the first fight is going to be Usami versus me. Usami on the left. I'm going to be on the right. 6 flags, and every point matters. So win or lose, give your best to get
Running back.
Yeah, welcome back. We're starting the event. You're actually going to be fighting second
Mm-hmm.
after me against Daisy. So
All right.
let's get Steam on. For Usami here. Yeah, this time people are going to lock in a little bit differently, I would say. We're going to do the 0-0 doubles. This is a medium tournament that counts for rankings. Also, the roleplay events count for rankings as well. So all the players from the winning
Mm-hmm.
side today will receive 2 points in the rankings, while the players from the losing side will get 1. So yeah, good. We got Usami ready. And I think everything is fine. Okay, now I need to make sure because I was paying so much attention of doing the one doubles. Now I need to focus on the other,
Hmm.
the on the other setting, which is 0 0. Yeah, so no samurai skins this time. We're just gonna use the regular skins. Although a lot of skins are cosmetic, they do have an impact on gameplay because
Right.
of the hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the skin of the weapon can be very deceiving.
Going with Yon, it looks like. Good stab there. Another one for Usami.
I have to say that I'm very happy that in this tournament and recently in a lot of tournaments we have this new generation of players. Usami,
Hmm.
Daisy, um, Jesus,
Yep.
even Pleb, Mike.
Yeah, it just brings some life to the community. Always love to see that. And I hope the trend continues, because sometimes people play for a little bit and then they leave, which is bound to happen with any game, but it's always a shame when it happens to somebody who's been active for a while, but then out of nowhere just stops playing.
Yeah, these players are also not only active in competitions but also active on the server,
Yep.
so that's a good sign.
Snap into cut there. Nice from Venator. Nice chop there from Usami. Usami putting up a nice fight here. Some exchanges. Venator has a slight lead. Nice try at the high guard cut. They both reassess a little bit. Little taunt there, but from Venator. High guard cut. Yeah, they're both trying to snipe each other right now. And neither is making that much progress, but neither is making a mistake either. The chop does not trade favorably this time. But it was a good try. Wild swing there, and Venator almost punishes it. If that was closer, I think that would have landed. Cross perfect, yeah, and finishes it.
GG, great fight. I really enjoyed it. Very tactical. 3 points here for Usami. Now we're gonna do Subu versus Daisy. Daisy ruined my tournament last week. I'll remember that forever. We'll see if she manages to ruin somebody else's night tonight, or maybe we can ruin hers if she gets some good results. I'm just gonna quickly restart the game. I don't want to,
Yeah.
instead of seeing if it works or it doesn't work, just quickly restart and that's it. It's very inconsistent. Sometimes after Steam it works. Sometimes one of the players can select, the other can't.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works after resetting controllers. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm not sure. Just
Right. Yeah.
what I know that the restart is fixing the problem. Okay, I'm just gonna tag you here just for Daisy to know that she's
Hmm.
on the right side. Let's see if we're gonna see Marina here. Not an easy fight in this tournament. Yeah, no. And especially in Six Flags, a lot of things can happen. Okay, Subu's left side, Daisy's right side. Yeah, so the top four players move on, but the position that you take is also quite important. 3 or 4 is pretty much the same, but 2 and 1 have a little bit of a benefit. 1 in particular. Here we go. Bara versus Marina. Side step attempt. There you go. Takes the leg. This one. Forward cut from Daisy. Simple and effective. Even with the cancels and everything, what really works the most is just the sticking to regular fundamentals and regular gameplay. Daisy hesitated there a little bit to follow up, and Subu took advantage of that. In those type of situations, Subu prefers to continue attacking instead of a tactical retreat. And most of the times it actually goes in his favor, not even a double. And as you can see, Subu is actually using his cancels more for feinting than actual trickery. Yeah, we're seeing cancel of assassin. Nice. 4-1. Daisy needs to get some flags here. I'm going to repeat this for the whole tournament. Each flag matters. Goes low, takes the leg again. Also, for people who aspire to take the first place or the first positions, point difference is also quite important. Oftentimes, the top players have the same number of points. That's beautiful. 6-1, dominant victory. And Daisy will have to find some solutions for the next fight. That is going to be a little bit later. Now we're going to do Uh, I'm gonna do plebeian versus Mike. We can get plebeian in with Parsec because he's on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we can get Mike in.
Yeah, GG Daisy. And I wouldn't say that. You'll win at some point. Just keep at it.
Okay, plebeian is here. Okay, we need to give plebeian left side. And now we're gonna get Mike in. After that, we're gonna have cheeses versus oak. And then Mike versus cheeses. We're gonna keep the order of the fights as much as possible. Is Mike ready to join? Let's call Mr. Mike. There he is. Fell asleep.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Take right side, please. Here we go. Bottom. No samurai skin if you're looking for it. And we're gonna see Zera.
Fun matchup, Barabash versus Zera. I've called it like warrior versus rogue before. Zera obviously being the warrior or paladin if you like, and Barabash being the rogue because he has speed. Nice sidestep.
Yeah, it's funny how Bara, widely considered one of the well-rounded characters, he's a very hard counter to some characters in the game, and I think Zero is one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense because Zera doesn't like being sidestepped or people just getting in his face in general. Bunch of cuts there from Mike, but Plebeian saves it.
Yeah, the two Western samurai are facing each other now.
Yep. Oh, missed that. That's a shame. But it's a double, so. That looked so cool, but it missed, so. Thunder Punch is countered, actually, by the cancel. Plebeian with a lot of preemptive attacks here to catch Mike on the way in. Ooh, to the head.
You know what would be nice regarding
Mm-hmm.
these cancels? As soon as the as soon as attacks do damage, uh, you shouldn't be able to cancel anymore. Like the attack should just go through. Oh, nice one.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
6-1. Like you can use them when you whiff and you try to confuse your opponent by swinging
Mm-hmm.
around. But yeah, if it goes into damage, then the
Yeah,
cancel shouldn't happen, and I think it would
yeah,
look a lot cleaner.
for sure.
Because I see it, I also saw it how you use it. Like for example, you were using it to cancel some of your attacks, but only as feints to confuse your
Yeah,
opponent. So I think that would be really useful. And
yeah,
it's also
for
quite
sure,
possible. But yeah, mostly the problem is with the damage. I think.
for sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. His painting's fun, so I don't mind that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I can tell Kubul about it. Cheeses versus Oak is the next fight. Go restart the game.
Yeah, trick shot's still a funny move. I've him talking about the jank with it. Sometimes it doesn't work properly. Sometimes it looks like a noodle. The arm becomes a noodle. That's a thing in the base game too, though. Of course, that's not a thing with this mode alone.
Here we go. Jesus is fighting Oak now. Uh, let's see if Oak will be using Kalk again like last time or going with Laszlo. Actually, Laszlo won him the tournament last time in the last possible set. There's Cheeses, there's Oak.
Yeah, no question. Usami.
Cheeses left side, Oak right side.
And that is kind of the thing. Like when Kubel releases these physics updates, often we're not sure what specifically was changed or if he changed something and unintentionally changed something else. It can be quite a minefield
Cheeses left
sometimes.
side and Oak right side. Here we go. Yeah, he's going Laszlo. Alex. Okay, this could prove to be a challenging fight here for Oak.
Hmm.
It's not a character that you want to start your campaign against, regardless of who's using it. Especially somebody that knows what they're doing.
Punch there from Oak. Can't follow it up though. Alex very good at guarding his head.
Yeah, I think Oak tried a little bit too late there to follow up. Oh, the jump.
Yeah, he's not afraid to throw it sometimes. The low cut not connecting, but nice try.
Nice.
Belly lunge. Laszlo has two of them actually, as we just saw.
Yeah, he has a short one from down forward B and a longer one. Oh, he tried.
Hmm.
This one was not a lunge. It's just a forward A, which is also pretty good, but
Hmm.
it's a little bit slower. So got caught. 2-1.
Going for upcuts to the hand there. And actually, it's the armpit, but still.
Yeah, Cheese is actually quite patient. There you go. This is the third flag that he
Ooh.
gets with a retreat attack.
Yeah.
Jump.
Jump and trying to seize another flag right away.
There you go. Works
Ooh.
for Oak this time.
And you do not want to give momentum back to Oak. You want to finish it here if you're Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus is actually playing this really well.
Yeah.
And just the fundamentals, like no tricks or anything.
Yeah. And the reality is they both hit really hard, but something that Alex does enjoy over Laszlo a little bit is a reach advantage with some of the neutrals and the retreat cuts.
Yeah.
So I like that Cheeses is using those instead of just making it a dirty fight, although he uses the jump again there. I don't think Oak's gonna fall for it.
Yeah, the jump works better against some other characters. Oak keeps his guard up, so that's
Yeah,
exactly where the jump lands.
yeah. Upcuts there. Those look hazardous for Laszlo.
Oh
And the
yeah.
retreat X there, wow.
6-3, and as I said, this is not uh, a character that you want to start your campaign, but of course there's still a lot more fights to go here for Oak. Good start from Cheeses, and Cheeses is actually going to fight again, and he's fighting Mike. Um, Cheeses left, but that's fine because we're gonna use Steam for this one if he doesn't mind. If it's bad or anything, just let me know, Jesus. Although I don't think it should be. Probably the same quality as Parsec. Is this the final event today, or will there be another? Um, I like to throw some after parties, but I am not sure that we're gonna finish in a reasonable time to do another one after. Oh, why am I holding all the controllers? Anyway, let's see if it works. I don't think so though. Mike is left side, Cheese is right side. I don't know what happened to Parsec recently. Why it's
Hmm.
a lot of people now are not using it anymore in some situations. Even today, when I try to do sparring on Tao's host, there were some like weird delays, like every 2 seconds. Mike left side and Cheese's right side. There were some weird delays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. Does Jesus need keyboard or not?
I don't think so. I don't think he has a controller assigned to him because you
Yeah,
have like the three.
but I
Maybe
don't
you could
know
try
why.
dragging one over to him. I don't know if it'll work, but yeah, I don't get why Steam does that, but oh well.
Oh, okay, now
There we
that
go.
works. Yeah, and also Tao gets a bad ping on my host as well. And but
Mm-hmm.
whenever we use Steam, it's really good. Like no problem. Actually, there's another funny thing. If I use Steam, but I fight Oak, then it starts to freeze like every 2-3 seconds. I just can't figure out what the deal is.
Yeah,
Anyway, back to the fight.
it's a double. Start
Jesus,
us off.
yeah, Jesus has a good opportunity here to double on his win. He started with a great win against Oak, so he won
Mm-hmm.
6 flags against a player that most people will struggle against. Oh, just caught
Ooh,
again.
another one from Mike though. Gotta be careful. Jesus trying with the upcuts there, but I think that's opening his head right up.
Yeah.
And Mike's not afraid to go in with even 2 wide cuts if he feels it's the time.
Double.
Double. Yeah, I like that Mike is keeping it simple here.
And this is how this
There's
tournament.
definitely a. Mm-hmm.
This is how the tournament is going to be interesting because I feel. I mean, okay. Me, you, and Oak probably have a little bit more experience than the rest of the players. I'm not saying that we're better, just saying that we have a little bit more experience. So
Mm-hmm.
it's somewhat natural for all three of us, or maybe a part of us, to maybe be at the top. But I
Yeah.
have to say that the rest of the players are in here are very, very evenly matched. Nice one.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna see a lot of wins on each side. So like Chess is here, so he won against Oak, and now he's fighting
Mm-hmm.
Mike, and Mike can win, and then he loses the next one, and then he wins the next one. So we're probably gonna see a lot of
Yeah.
these situations. Nice.
Well, Mike takes it.
Yeah, Mike takes a 6-1. And yeah, this is Mike for you. Loses 6-1, wins 6-1. It's something that we have seen with him a lot of the times. Okay, next is going to be Oak versus Usami. Um, we're gonna need Steam again. Uh, we're gonna give, oh, not synthetic. We're gonna give Usami some Steam. Oak can connect with Parsec as usual. There we go. I think this is going to be a pretty close fight. They both lost their first fight. And looking for a win here. Oh wait, let me see who's on the left. Oh, Oak is on the left. So a win here could get them closer to those top positions. Oak taking left. And especially if Usami plays Yan here again, Yan can be a pretty tough matchup against Laszlo. Yeah, here we go.
Jan is a good pick here against Oak. Oak obviously hoping to get a good win here after what happened last time.
We started the Sengoku thing this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we must have, because I did the Thursday
yeah,
event.
I did
Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah. I wanted to say that all players who won their fights, they will also receive a weapon point
Hmm.
with the character. It's obviously
Nice.
a lot more sabers than anything else, but yeah, some
Corkscrew
encouragement.
there. Still a good move.
And also today, if you use nice lunge there, if you use the same weapon throughout the entirety of the event, then you get a top 3 spot. You also get a weapon point. 2-1. Again, a good
Nice lunge
lunge.
again.
Yeah, Oak is doing a great
Yeah.
job with those. Oh,
Nice
beautiful
thrust from
counter
Oak.
thrust there, yeah.
Yeah, Oak's coming back in a big way here.
Yeah, against a pretty uncomfortable opponent.
Ooh, back wide, but can't finish it. Nice try, though. Low thrust. Wow, brutal finisher there.
4-2. As I said, each flag matters. You may find yourself in a qualification spot simply because when you were led 5-0 or 5-1, you didn't let go and you scored another flag.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone, each flag counts. 5-2.
Ooh, and that's it.
Yeah. Decisive win here for Oak. Congratulations. The Wasami will have to uh, get some flags in the next fights. We still have a lot of fights, so each player has seven fights. Things can change dramatically. If you want an example, just look at me. I won last time my first 4 fights, all of them with 6-1, 6-2. I lost one fight by 6-1, and my first position went out of the window just because of that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Speaking of that, Daisy, the person who stopped my streak there, will be fighting Plebeian now. A quick gamer start.
Yeah, people talking about the Kubold in the chat. I definitely agree. But I know he's capable of getting it together, so I still have faith, especially once he starts getting those characters out.
So Daisy left side and Plebeian right side. Let's see if Daisy sticks with Marina here. Daisy left, plebeian right. Plebeian right. Marina versus Zero. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, good luck to both of you. Marina, of course, for Daisy. No surprise there. Plebeian has cooked some things to fight shield characters. Try to put them on display here. Actually, counter thrust there, but Marina still goes ham, having closed the distance. Push attempt into that cut coming straight down. Yeah, Zera definitely has the damage advantage here as well as reach, so that weapon, despite the shield, is very imposing. Back Y, there it is. Feints from Plebeian. Tries to go low, that was a cool move, but doesn't quite land. Daisy keeping her distance, but again, Plebeian tries it. Nicely done. I like that Plebeian keeps harassing the guard, always presenting a threat, and if Daisy leaves an opening, it will land, even though stabs are landing, despite Marina's reputation for being rather immune to being stabbed. And that was a nice try by Plebeian, but it looks like the shield was able to hold up to that cut. If it hit the sword, I think that would have crashed through. I'm not sure what the rule is as far as shields and crash through. Or if there is a rule. There might not be one. Push and then go straight to the cut. Great showing here by Plebeian. Daisy has to lock in. Again, setting up that low cut perfectly when it looks like he's going to come down with a cut diagonally from either his left shoulder or right shoulder. Plebeian out of nowhere will swipe to the leg. And Marina's very vulnerable to that type of thing. Going with low guard there, and nearly gets punished for it. But good reaction by Plebeian regardless. Thrust there, it's a bit of a trade. Long guarding the stab, but again, Daisy was able to close the distance and is getting a respectable number of flags. But I'm sure she wants to win this now, not to have that happen. Commentator's curse there. But GG's, guys.
Okay, I'm back. It looks like it ended 6-4 for Plebeian.
Yep.
Good result. The Plebeian with the second win, I think. Yep. Which is great. Next fight is going to be me versus you. A match that could potentially decide the top spot in the qualifiers. You are on the right side. Yeah, and after that, we're gonna have Cheeses versus Daisy. So be ready.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah, just a great fight. 6-5. Honestly, I was happy with the 5 as well. Uh, it could have gone either way. Had a good start there, and then I had to pace myself a little bit because I was getting caught by those side steps.
Right, yeah.
GG.
Yeah,
Uh,
GG.
Jesus versus Daisy now. And let's see if Jesus will win or lose this time, because he's always like kind of like that, win, lose, win, lose. But I say that he could have a good chance of winning here, considering the character picks that they might have for this one. But Daisy is very unpredictable, and she needs some flags. And after that, oh, after that I'm fighting again. I'm gonna fight Plebino. It's gonna be a pretty interesting fight. Zera is
Hmm.
no joke, and he's won his fight so far, so he could be a contender for the top spots. There's Daisy. There's Jesus. Let's have a look at this fight. Jesus left, Daisy right. Yep. I didn't want to say anything before the fight, so I don't influence their picks. But I was actually thinking about this particular matchup, and I say that this matchup technically favors Alex,
Hmm.
but you still have to put a work in.
Going low there. Daisy, and then Daisy goes in. That Y cut.
And that's a good thing for Daisy, because she challenged the Alex exactly where he's the strongest. His up guard, nice
Yeah.
retreat attack there. And this is the type of stuff that Jesus was using against the Oak as well, like
Hmm.
going forward and going back with his attack. Nice side step right under the
Yeah.
shield.
Yeah. And just like against Laswell, this is something that Alex does enjoy is a reach advantage. So I like that Chessis is trying to use that a bit, not just, using the classic Alex tactic of closing in, but using his larger weapon to his advantage.
The retreat works there.
Yeah. Plus, that's not to say Marina is slow, but Alex clearly does enjoy a mobility advantage as well. So it is good to use those retreating cuts for that reason too.
He gets caught there.
Yeah.
3-2.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice counter, baited too.
to the belly. 3-3.
Nice low cut.
Went in with it as well, in close range.
Up cuts, and they actually get past the shield. I'm a little bit surprised, but he did get a sidestep off too, so that probably helped.
Yeah.
Alex does a great job of flowing into cuts. This is both in base version and this, but you can definitely see how it's a little bit amplified here for him.
Yeah, Daisy gets That's a fourth flag here.
Yeah, Chessus actually does this in base version too. He changed that low cut together. So he does a B cut and then another B cut immediately. Jump. That's another thing he does, and he did the back line. Nice.
Yeah, a good win here. Cheeses was pretty much in control of the rhythm of the fight, but Daisy also did a pretty good job. Now we're gonna see Plebeian left side versus me on the right. It's definitely gonna be a fun fight. Here we go. The GIF Daisy posted is so sad and funny at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. Plebeian, as I said, with a very good start. A win here would put him in a very good position.
Higher cut, nice from Venator. Venator's definitely on fire today, so Plebeian's gonna have to play at his best. Pommel strike, but isn't able to follow it up. Might have made Isabella spit some teeth there, but it's a double regardless, so either way, Isabella not having a great time. But that upcut takes the hand off. High guard cut there as Plebeian was doing a bit of feinting, but Venator's not afraid to let that high guard cut go. That's something I had to deal with in my fight as well. Side steps by Venator, but this time straight down, drops the blade onto the head. Plebeian scoring a flag. Low guard by Venator. It's actually one of my favorite guards that Isabella has lately. I love when I play as her, sometimes just hanging out in low guard. There's a surprising amount that you can do from there. And obviously you don't have to stay in that guard. You can advance to wherever you're trying to advance to and quickly switch, so. Sidesteps by Venator, love it. Zera does not appreciate the sidesteps, some Alexander-style movement there. I remember when you could just spam the Alex, like you could straight up head bob like a boxer the whole time. Koala showed that first, and then Piper started doing it a lot, and as did I back in the day. Might be a good thing he can't do that anymore, because my goodness, if all the other stuff Alex can do. Oh, upcut into stab. Nice performance by Venator.
Yeah, I had to dance around against this bear. Because if you're too static, then things can get messy. 6-2. A little bit of a setback here for Plebeian, but still he had a very good start, so he's in contention for moving to the next round. Okay, now we're gonna have Synth Usami versus Subu. know if you ever tried Steam on my host, or let's see if it works.
Tried it a couple times. Yeah.
Let's see if it works with Parsec though. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna quickly give you Steam.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I tell you to use coffee or tea synth, but that can really mess up your sleeping schedule beyond repair, so yeah, you gotta be careful with that stuff. It's good in the morning when you gotta wake up, but
Um,
yeah, exactly. That would be a weird time to have that stuff.
so Usami with probably the hardest schedule here. First, she fought me, then she fought Oak, and now she's fighting you. So even if she has a little bit of a setback, I think in the in this fight and in the next fights, she will have a little bit um, more room to improve, I would say. Okay, so Usami takes left, and Subu takes right. Hopefully, it works. Actually, Usami uses keyboard, so it should work. I think. Yeah, nice. Yan, and she's going with the skin. That's the winning skin. The red one. Oh, catches Subu there with the low. Double. Yeah, Usami not only Usami but every Subu opponent is that once you hit Subu, he's not afraid to get into a double with you. So basically, that kind of goes in his favor, even though it's a double. You basically give up an advantage. So you have to be smart. He's like a wounded animal. Most of the time, he actually takes advantage of. One. Push cut. 2-1. Side step really slower and forward cut there from Subu takes it. 2-2. Oh, a nice committed forward thrust there. Stops the side step. Yeah, Usami's playing a very solid Yan here. I haven't seen Usami using that thrust too much against Laszlo, which is a character that is susceptible to that. Oh, nice cork there. Catches Subu again. And they're both fighting at a very high ping. But they look so accurate with their attacks, like they're fighting locally. Oh, the last attack missed, but this time scores 4-3. Another one for Usami. And this could be a major win here. And as I said, it could set Usami for the next fights that she's going to have. It's chopped there. Sami is a very good example of where fight IQ and a little bit of discipline takes you. Finished 4th last month in the rankings. Double. And a good chance of finishing high in this season as well, depending on some results. I'm pretty sure she will be in Vanguard for at least. Yeah, both of them are trying to snipe each other. Oh, chop from Subu. Landed. Sami's hurt. In this mode, when you get hurt, actually stamina takes a hit. I actually like. Oh, nice one. Subu takes it. I like how stamina works in this mode though. It's plenty, but if you block a lot, oh, lag I think. If you block a lot, you lose stamina, and also if you get hit, you are going to sword, and Subu takes it. Actually, his luck turned now after losing the fight against me after having a lead. He wins this one, so there's a little bit of a karma there. 6-2-5. Even though Sami lost, I have to give her praise for earning 5 flags against Subu, and I think in the fights to come, she will have a very good chance of getting a good number of points. Right, we have one more fight in round 3, and after that we're gonna have a look at the rankings and see how they look like, see what they look like.
Excellent fight.
Yeah, Oak versus Mike, and we know that Mike can be an interesting opponent for Oak.
Commentator's curse. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. I wasn't even listening to it, to be honest. I was just so locked in trying to stay focused on the fight. So
yeah, let's see what happens here.
yeah, it was a close one though, Plebeian. It was looking pretty bad at one point.
Let's get Mr. Mike in to finish round 3.
Mike will be there soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very stressful fight though that we saw me because it felt like I had to switch from brawling to going for those snipes. And I think Venator, I heard a little bit of the commentary. I think he mentioned that how we were transitioning to a sniping engagement.
Oak left and Mike right. Here we go.
Yeah, Smith mentioned that as well. Yeah, had to make that adjustment. But it's a tough adjustment to make sometimes against Yon because Yon has a clear reach advantage. So with Bara, if you're gonna fight him that way, it's not that it's wrong, but you have to be sure that you have your spacing just right.
Snap cut goes in. Doesn't kill though. Oh, and I like that Mike is brave with some of these moments, and it's exactly what he was lacking before. I remember
Hmm.
some early participations of his in tournaments where he had like
Hmm.
clear cut opportunity to kill and he wasn't going for it.
Yeah.
And now he's the complete opposite. Like whenever he gets half of opportunity, he gets the job
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. And even there, he was trying. Like he did what, three different inputs there, as he was dying. So very good try by Mike. Backline, nice.
Yeah, I got caught. Yeah,
Yeah. So Daisy wants to know when we're doing like more normal events. I think next week definitely we'll see
yeah,
some. So don't worry about it.
yeah. This week has been highly experimental with a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping that we're gonna get an option from Kubold. I'm gonna send him a lot of messages to turn the active canceling off or to maybe do something else for this because everything else would be
Mm.
fine.
Yeah.
The stamina, the speed, and everything would be okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and that way we're just taking advantages from both and sort of
yeah.
applying them into one mode. So it'd make a lot of people happy, I think.
Oh, nice push cut there, Brave.
Yeah.
Can't let the three veterans win again. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike definitely seems to be of the same mind as he goes in, like after landing that sidestep, and he gets it.
Yeah,
Wow, that
he
was
gets him
relentless.
again.
Yeah, I think Oak just wasn't able to start up his lunge in time.
Yeah. Pleb says just to swing the sword in the direction of the enemy. Yeah, and it actually works now.
Yeah, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, and looks like Mike is Oak's bane here because he wins again with his awkward timing. All right, so 3 rounds are done, and we are going to have a look at the rankings. Obviously, we still have 4 more rounds to play, but I am first with the maximum points, 18. Subu just 1 point behind with 17. Pleb with 14, number 3. Mike, number 4 with 13. Cheese is also with 13. Oak with 13. So we got 3 people with the same number of points. Usami with 10. And Daisy with 9. So the difference between number 4, the last place that takes you to the next round, and the last place is only 4 flags. So I think everybody in the competition still has a very good chance, provided that those who are on the lower side of the rankings do better in the rounds to come. So let's start with number 4, and this is a very interesting fight. It's Subu fighting Plebeian. Oh, there was a Steam. Let me quickly restart the game.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, top spot is the best to get. Obviously, we'll get some really good benefits, but the second place is also not bad itself. Let's get Plebeian in. to say that there's going to be a lot of twists and turns until the end, and we're probably going to have some surprises at the end in terms of qualified players. Super plebeian joining. Subu is a left side, plebeian taking right side. I will be right back. No control? Oh, there it is.
Well, good game, plebeian. Oh man, it's John Cena. Unlock flow state. Yeah, I didn't know what to do there. You did amazing. After this fight, Daisy against Oak, just waiting for Venator to come back. Then Venator will fight Jesus, and Mike will fight Synth.
Sorry I missed your fight. Who won?
Plebeian won, actually 6-1.
Oh, 6-1.
Yep, yep.
How did how did that happen?
He was wild. He was just throwing a bunch of big swings, and I couldn't get in.
I see, I see.
Yeah, he did great.
Um, okay, Daisy versus Oak now. I lock flow state with Zera. Yeah, I was mostly asking when I said how did that happen, not necessarily from a player perspective, but more from a character perspective. Because as I said, I think Bara usually counters. You picked Bara, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just claimed so much space with that longsword that the side steps weren't working, and yeah, I couldn't even snipe him because the blade would just knock mine aside.
Yeah. Yeah, it can
Yeah, it was well
happen.
done.
It can happen, especially
Yeah,
in a round robin where you have to fight 7 fights. It's always hard to just control everything that is
yeah,
going
for
on.
sure.
So, okay, Daisy is here waiting for Oak. I'm not sure if he's listening or oh, he's probably not listening. I'm gonna send him a link. I think he's watching the stream. A drunken goober. DQ Oak. um, Let me see. Is Oak here? Not yet. Okay. I'm actually going to tell you a little bit about it's kind of in the middle of event rule, but
Hmm.
oh, there he is. All right, I'll accept him in, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. And I think it makes sense. Subu, if it doesn't make sense, tell me, man, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Just so we have number one, number two, number three, and number four. So the first fight will be number four versus number three, right? And then the winner is going to face
Hmm.
number two, and then the winner is going to face number one. We know that number one is going to have 2 lives. So what I'm
Yeah.
thinking is, if number four fights number three should have a little bit of an advantage, right? Because they got number three, not number four in the qualifiers. So my train of thought is this: if um, the first round ends in number three's win,
Hmm.
then we should stop it right there. If the first round ends into number four's win, then we can continue with the next the next round. So it's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe I'm complicating stuff for now.
Yeah, I see the train of thought, but I think it's too
Yeah,
complicated. Yeah,
I think
I would probably just fight normally.
yeah, I think I'm complicating stuff for right now, but
Yeah, all good.
so getting distracted. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to think it and polish it for next time, and then we're
Yeah.
going to use it. So, what I'm thinking is to give an advantage to the person that got a better position
Mm.
in the qualifiers. I really believe that in tournaments, I really believe that people should be rewarded based on their performance. This is why we have these points and the flags and everything. But anyway, we're gonna keep it as we always do it, and then next time we're gonna do another system if it's necessary.
Okay.
Okay. Daisy is left side. Oak is right side. And I think it's a pretty important fight for both. Um, because Daisy had a little bit of a rough start, so she needs some flags here to. She's actually not that far from the qualifying spots, so any good performance will take her very close to those. Oak is hasn't had like the best start, but he's still in contention for the qualifying spots with very good chances. So we'll see how this one goes. Nice. Takes the belly there with the lunge. And again, but
Ooh, another one.
perfectly timed, actually.
Yeah. Lunge to the hand doesn't land though. You see Oak is picking his shots very intelligently here.
Yeah. And here's the thing, if he wins at a very good difference here, considering that he might end up with the same number of flags as some other players, a good points difference could help him. Because yes, the goal is to score as many points as possible, but if you can keep your opponent from scoring himself and also get a points difference for yourself, that's also good. Again, perfect spacing. I'm not really sure what Marina can do against Laszlo, apart from making it dirty and just get close. But if you get close, that's where Laszlo's bread and butter. Again, takes the belly. Gets caught.
Another one there.
There you go. Daisy taking another flag. This could be a comeback.
Ooh, another one. Nice from Daisy.
I think she now reads the... Yeah,
Oh, it's double.
she reads Oak's attacks there. And this could be a little bit of an upset.
Ooh, back wide doesn't kill, but that's a possibly important hit for Oak because it's a double. Wow.
Yeah, Daisy saves it.
Ooh, bunch of attacks, but Daisy doesn't finish it. Retreat attack there was probably the mistake. And Oak almost capitalizes there, getting a hit. Parries it, but oh, there's a punch this time, yeah.
6-4, good effort there by Daisy. The fight did not start well. But again, Daisy's close. She is getting some flags, but unfortunately not enough to push through. She needs some wins, and if she wants to qualify, she probably needs to go at it for the next 3 rounds. Next fight is going to be me versus Jesus. Jesus is in a very good position himself. He managed to win 2 fights. Jesus is in. I'm a left side, he's right side. Yep, Alex again. This could prove tricky, so I'm gonna be patient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you never know. Good upcut there. Into follow up. Jump out of measure. Blocks it somehow, though. I guess the hilt blocked it. Still, that is crazy. Venator is very familiar with this matchup, so I'm sure he's going into this with a game plan. Not an easy one, though, I have to say. Alex can be a big problem for Isabella. Forces the double there, just running along the sword, and hits the head. Probably a good thing that was a double, because that is very reckless behavior. There's a stab, though, from Venator, this time clean. And yeah, Venator just picking him apart, knows what attacks do work, despite the matchup. And is playing the distance game perfectly, I would say. Dashes in there, backs off just before the stab. That was probably a good move. The jump at this time takes it, as Venator wasn't quite ready. He did get a hit in, but it just wasn't a very good one. Snap cut there. The jump is reckless, of course. It can fail, but something it is good at is winning trades and catching you when you're just not prepared for it at all. It might not be the best move for all situations, but it is a very threatening move at all times, as we saw here. Oh my goodness. It's a move you can easily block, but sometimes it's really tricky to tell, or tough to tell, if you're actually going to block it or not. Nice high guard cut. Finishes it there.
GG, well fought. Some tricky stuff from him there, but yeah, composure is key here in this fight. Okay, we have a Steam fight. Mike versus Usami. And this match is a potential decider for one of the top spots, depending on how it goes. If it goes, if it's very one-sided to one of the players. I'm actually quite excited to see it. Mr. Mike on the left and Lady Usami on the right. Yeah, so this is where I see Usami's competition taking a turn. It's all up to her. I think she did a great job in the first three fights. She lost all of them, but all the opponents were very experienced. And now she's going to fight players that are uh, a little bit closer to her level of experience. Okay. Mike left and Usami right. Yeah, there's some talks about Isabella's thrusts and no, Isabella's thrusts are not bad, but I have to agree with what Usami said. I don't know, a few days ago. A longsword's thrust should be very strong. Like a longsword's thrust should be the
Yeah,
strongest in the game.
yeah, they should be up there for sure. I mean, this is the sort of weapon that knights were using in full armor to stab into the gaps. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with them as far as stabbing, and they've got leverage too. So
Yeah.
that helps them in ways that rapiers don't have that same punch and that rigidity.
Nice. Mike gets the first one. Um, Isabella has a lot of thrusts, but all of her thrusts are, I wouldn't say, I mean, they have some sort of gimmick that works against the thrust itself. Like even the regular forward thrust is just has too much of a wind up for no reason. Like it's a very big wind up for thrust like that. It's just it looks like somebody that is just throwing a lazy thrust.
Hmm.
Um, the short one is fast indeed, but sometimes it has like a huge recovery. Anyway, getting back. Three. Usami takes the lead here. In the HEMA competition that I competed in, one I had like two things that were working for me. One of them was thrust, either to the arm or to the chest. One of them even hit the
Hmm.
neck at one point. I was quite worried for the other guy.
Yeah,
This one, and the other one were just hand snipes, like snap cuts to the arm.
yeah,
Those were the ones that worked the best. Everything else was like some side steps worked as well, but yeah, the thrusts were doing a good job. Anyway,
yeah.
Mike takes the lead here, 4-3.
Double. Back wise there, but yeah, Mike just
Mike is
goes
going,
in.
and it's working for him really good recently. This aggression. I think
Thrust to 10.
beautiful,
Wow, nice.
beautiful. Yeah, Mike is not playing tonight. 6-3, not playing figuratively speaking. Congratulations. Maybe for Usami would have. Mike is actually going to fight again. He has another fight to do. Also from the left side, and he's fighting Daisy. Daisy, we're going to use Steam if you don't mind, just to make sure that we don't have any problems. And then we're going to have Cheeses versus Subu. An interesting fight. All fights are interesting, to be honest. Mm, Okay, Mike is already in. Let's get Daisy in. Daisy and Usami in a very similar position, which is they lost their fights, but they scored a good number of flags in them. But the rounds are starting to get close to the end, so on their next fights, it's imperative that they start winning. Mm, okay. Mike left, Daisy right. But this is more of an opportunity for Mike here actually to get another win.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 2 wins already, or 3 actually. 2 or 3 wins, I think. I know he lost one. So yeah, obviously, I mean, we're playing for points, but obviously winning gets you the most points.
Ooh, nice retreat attacks actually, and manages to defend against Mike's onslaught. Now this is where getting very aggressive can be a bit of a danger, the way that Mike likes doing it. He likes throwing a lot of Y cuts, but Marina might be able to catch lots of those, and so your offense is just gone at that point.
Nice.
Yeah, Daisy's taking full advantage of that. So Mike, I think, is going to need to change something. I'm not saying stop being aggressive, but he needs to do something besides that.
Yeah, this is why I said this new generation of players is a nice dash push
Nice.
with
Yeah, that was good.
Bara. I haven't seen too many pushes lately. It's kind of a thing in the Hellish Quart community, which is like
Nice.
something
Yeah.
gets changed or nerfed, and then people just completely abandon that, although it's still decently effective.
Mm,
Oh,
kick there. Wow.
went for the weak there, but not
Oh.
enough.
Yeah. Going for the head, but Mike able to again hit the leg. He's made a slight adjustment, and already it's paying dividends.
Yeah.
It is just to be careful for spacing. Whoa, that was fast. That trick shot into back Y. Wow. Nice. Yeah. Classic there. Mike really likes the trick shot, and it's actually, I think, a smart choice here. As is that leg cut. It's not a cut I like throwing, because it doesn't have as much reach as some of the others, but it can come out of nowhere, so it's still a good pick. It's more of a personal preference thing than it being a bad move. It's definitely not a bad move. Daisy trying to claim some space here. That shield goes in back wise. The YY again, yeah, that offense is just immediately disrupted. Still, I like that Mike is trying to finish it. Yeah, he's figured out what works. So he goes for that low cut instead now. But maybe Daisy, ooh, nice, goes for it again. I was going to say maybe Daisy will fight like a wounded animal, but Mike was able to cut her down before that. Yeah, good fight, guys. So that was 6-4 for Mike. Ugh, sorry about the yawn.
Alright, sorry, I'm back. The fight.
It was 6-4 for Mike.
Oh, another win for Mike. Mike is doing a great job here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
6-4. Yeah, so Mike actually won 4 fights. Yeah, he won 4 fights. So Mike is definitely in a very good position here. Although he has 2 big tests coming up in round 6 and 7. And I remember last time he was also doing great in and then he lost 2 6-0s, and that kind of compromised his chances. But I'm not sure if it's going to happen here again. Cheeses versus Subu, next fight. I would say a good opportunity for Cheeses to get closer to the top spots. I'm gonna quickly restart the game after Steam. Cheeses, try again. I just saw your attempt. There he is. Okay, important fight. As I said, everything is very tight, and I think the Six Flags also Six Flags setting also helps a little bit with this. It's primarily done for time, but also it doesn't create big differences between players. Oh, Sam, a switch up from Alexander, and I think that's a good idea. Sam can be a counter to Bara in some situations. Here we go. Yeah, Subu coming after a loss against Pleb, so probably wants to get a win back here. And Jesus is one of those candidates to the top spots. 2-1. We had so many different results. Oh, nice back Y. So many different results here tonight that it's kind of hard to predict who's going to go through. And again, 4-1. Subu needs to change something here. Jesus wins this one here, I think the rankings are going to be turned on their head. And it's going to be very difficult to predict who's going to go through. Oh, beautiful cut. Not of the underdogs, yeah. Nice, beautiful chop. 5-2. Because right now I see like Subu, Jesus, Plebeian, and Mike, and Oak being very close to each other. Oh, nice forward dash. 6-2, very important win for Jesus here. That puts him in a pretty good spot, I'd say.
GG. I was surprised he was able to back Y and block my chops after the stab.
Yeah.
But still, well done.
Here we go. And next is going to be Oak versus me, and I think this is a pretty important fight in terms of the #1 position, because Oak has a good opportunity of opening that first place opportunity. Yeah, but Jesus, Subu, Oak, Pleb, and Mike, they're all in very good positions. Daisy and Usami have lost their fights, but they're not too far behind. So I'm actually very curious. It's probably one of the most interesting tournaments to see who goes through. Last time, Oak and Subu also dominated their fights, so it wasn't too much of a doubt on who's gonna go through. It was more about who's gonna take the third, fourth position. But now Subu and Oak have had some setbacks, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. We'll see how this one goes though.
Right, Oak with Laszlo. Trying to go all in with offense, but Venator's able to tag him just a little bit there. Posted to Vena, gets hit though. High guard cut from Venator. An Oak with another one. Wow. Oak's on fire. And I'm going to fight him pretty soon, so better get locked in after those losses that I had. This Oak is just a monster. Amazingly, Venator gets that double. Oh, the blades got stuck. That's definitely not a situation Venator in particular wants to be in, I would say. Up close. Then he gets one, though. Takes the hand off. Might be a comeback. Thrust attempt. Oak backs off. And yeah, it's even. They both scored some flags here. Bunch of attacks from Venator. Oak tries to get in.
Yes, finally. Oh, it
Oh
worked.
wow, Venator gets it. Yeah.
I knew that I have like one hit left. One hit left, and it worked. Yeah, 6-4. Another comeback after being led. But I say that Oak has actually scored a good number of flags here. Usami versus Plebeian next. And this is a fight that happened twice this week in the Samurai event. Let's see if Plebeian takes revenge here. And now this is where the pressure starts. All the players that did all the underdogs, let's say, that did well today. This is where the pressure starts, and where you need consistency in order to go through. So Plebeian has been doing well, but now he's fighting a very tough opponent. Sometimes it's easier to fight a player with more experience, or generally, I don't know, better ranked if you want so, because there's not as much pressure. But when you're fighting somebody of
Hmm.
equal skill, then it becomes, then there's more pressure. Silence. Alright, I'm not gonna say anything. Cheese is here. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that cheese's breakthrough. I'm sure it's gonna happen. I don't know when. Maybe tonight, maybe, but I know it's gonna happen soon. I'm gonna give Pleb Steam as well. Hope he doesn't mind. Watch me get commentator cursed. Don't make me choke. Yeah, I'm actually quite interested. After this fight, we're gonna have a look at the rankings, because I'm really interested to see what's going on over there. There we go. Right. Usami's also not out of the fight yet. If she wins here, especially with a good difference, she's back in there. Still 3 fights to go. Isabella. A lot of things can change in 3 fights, and especially uh, uh, the fact that some players have to fight me or Subu or Oak, and there's a chance that maybe they won't get too many flags. I'm glad it was someone just dropped the hat.
Triggered cut there.
Nice.
An A cut to the hand. Wow. Yeah. Thrust. Wow. Good opening here for Usami.
Yeah, sometimes that thrust works if the opponent does not move much. It kind of goes over the guard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, some leg, possibly.
But I don't know on which side. Okay, I'm going to... Let's see. Guys, flick. Who's okay? Flick the long guard.
I'm not seeing any leg personally.
They're fighting on Steam, so maybe
Yeah.
that's why.
Ooh, a trade there. Another trade. Wow. Hard to say who came off worse there, but Plebeian gets a hit. Nice spam. Exchange here. A bunch of high guard cuts. No hit. But then they trade. Rust is deflected into back Y though.
Isabella versus Zera reflects so well Jedi versus Sith.
Mm-hmm.
Because Zera gets his power from chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dark Force. And he has power, he can recover sometimes, and he can break through the guard.
Yeah.
Isabella's a little bit more disciplined, and she has to use precision.
Yeah. Ooh. Puppy needs one more.
Oh, again. Down to the last flag. Beautiful fight. Thrust there, and Plebeian wins, actually, and it's an important exam that he passed here. Congratulations. Right, before we go to round 6, let's have a quick look at the standings. And I think we're going to be a little bit surprised on how the standings look. Here we go. I'm first place with 30 points. Plebeian is second with 26. Mike third with 25. Oak fourth with 23. Cheeses with 22. Subu with 20. Subu dropped on number 6, but he's still a dark horse. Usami with 18. And Daisy with 17. I would say that fourth place is still up for grabs for almost every player in the tournament. So Usami and Daisy both lost all their fights, but if they win their next fights in convincing fashion and with some help from other players, they still have a chance to go through. But I would say, realistically speaking, 6 players here are, but they definitely have the chance of going through. All right. Let's go to round number 6, and we have a very important derby here. Subu versus Oak. And Subu is 3 flags behind Oak. And I'm pretty sure he wants to get a good win here against him. because then Oak will have to fight Plebeian, and a lot of things can happen. Let me quickly restart the game. Yeah, Subu started really well. Then he dropped 2 fights with not too many flag scores, so now he needs 2 very solid wins to catch the top 4. And I'm actually happy that I went with this format with top 4. It definitely made it a lot more interesting towards the end of the event. It's quickly becoming one of my favorites. 8th man round robin with 4 people going through. Subu left, Oak right. Straight to their mains, saber fight. Let's see how it goes. Oak with the slight advantage here against Subu in terms of flags. 3 flags. And I think both of them consider each other to be important opponents. For Oak is actually pretty simple, since he is number 4 in the rankings. If he wins both of his fights here, he is qualified. No other. He doesn't depend on anybody else. Double. Subu catches. Nice lunge. 3 for Oak here. Oak is still playing a very traditional Hellish Quart. He's not using too many cancels. He's just playing the same way he usually plays. Nice one from Subu. Forward cut, and he gets his 2nd flag. A little bit of a rough start, but now a comeback. Nice side step double. Again, a nice forward cut, and 3-3 now. Subu comes back. Oh, catches Oak. Nice forward cut. 4-3. For Subu, it would be ideal if he won this 6-3. Gets again his 5th consecutive flag. Again, 6-3, and actually a very good result for Subu here. And now he and Oak are tied in number of flags, but we're gonna see in the last round who gets a better difference. It might not count towards qualification, but Subu did the minimum here that gives him a very good chance. So congrats on that.
Yeah, GG.
Now it's gonna be me versus Mike, and this is the point where people are going to root more for me than for Mike, because Mike has been doing a great job here today, and all the other players would need Mike to not get too many flags.
Also, that one exchange where I went for his leg, he did a leg void, and then I managed to parry his leg void cut was amazing. Hope somebody clips that.
Yeah. All right, Mike joining in. As I said, Mike has two very important fights: the fight against me, and then the fight against Subu, which could prove decisive for qualification. If he doesn't get too many flags here, he might get an inferior position. I am on the left, he's on the right. I am going to be very fair here. I play every fight to win, and to win with the biggest difference that I can. So I'm not going to make it easy for Mike here. Mike, take right side. Something going on. Oh, he doesn't have a controller for some reason.
Yeah.
1 sec.
I think you gotta give him one again, yeah.
Here we go.
Stab there, sidesteps it, but doesn't quite find a window to punish it. Which, to be fair, Isabella does have follow-ups after that, so you do sometimes have to be cautious, especially if you're out of your own range. Sidesteps straight to the face there by Mike. That was actually a really smart play there. That particular attack goes right to the side of her face, which is a spot that Isabella can struggle to block. Again, a push cut there this time. But again, same theme to the face. Goes low, hitting the leg. That was really nice by Mike. Now Venator's mobility's gone. Going for side steps there. And back Y after the feint. Beautiful. Venator might need to change something. Mike is being very tricky here. Oh, this time though. High guard cut. Push cut there. This time Venator dips under and stabs. Good adjustment there. Tap there to the body by Venator. No kill, but yeah, it allows him to trade with that leg cut, no problem, and make sure that he gets the kill out of it. It's really one of the best ways to deal with leg cuts is to call them out. They're inherently less threatening than stuff that's coming down on your head, or even your sword hand, and stuff like that. So if you expect one, it can be good to just step forward and hit the head. Leg void can also be used, but yeah, it's often the best bet. But somebody who's very good at a high-low game will set up those leg cuts, so you'll often be trying to deal with cuts that are coming down, or at least the threat of a cut coming down, and that's when they'll go low. It's one of those types of attacks that I feel like you typically don't want to open with it unless you've done something to occupy the opponent's attack. Thunder punch that low guard. I think that's bait. I don't know if that's a good idea. It's very risky. Upcut, but the snap cut is even faster. Nice from Venator.
GG. Yeah, Mike had a good start here. I think he scored the decent number of flags. That definitely keep him in the competition, but the fight against Subu is going to be decisive for sure. Daisy versus Usami next. We're going to need Steam for this one as well. We're going to use Steam for Daisy.
If you want ideas, Mike, of how to deal with Isabella, watch my fights against Venator. Just look at the types of moves that I'm using, when I'm using them. Obviously, Venator's a very good player, so I'm not always winning. But especially the ones that are close, or maybe where I'm just getting an advantage, just look at what is working, and go from there.
One of these two players will now, with the win that we're gonna get here, will have a chance of qualification to the next round, provided that things go well in the last one. But yeah, there is a chance. So somebody's gonna get 6 points here. They both lost all their fights, but all of the fights were very close, so they still got a decent number of flags. Daisy is left and Usami is right. Be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, Marina against Yan. Usami's Yan is very good. So, definitely not a bad pick here. A cut aimed at the hand doesn't connect. That was a good try. Chop doesn't connect. Yeah, Marina just a little bit better in those really close distances. Yan is not like Bara in the sense that his saber is longer. So, there are certain things that Bara can do up close that, despite having the same moves, that was strange. Despite having the same moves, Yan just can't quite do as well. But the advantage he gains from that, of course, is the reach. Which I think is a pretty important advantage to have against Marina, but to be fair, I would say Bara also has a reach advantage, so is that extra reach, while sacrificing a bit of close range potential, worth it? I suppose would be the question, especially if your high-low game isn't quite as good. But I've definitely seen Yan excel here before. It's just you gotta approach it differently than how you approach it with Bara. Nice exchange here. Daisy not afraid to just get in there and throw some cuts, and there's a perfect hand snipe. A cut there, usually a good one to try against Marina. Trick shot doesn't land, but the back Y does. Ooh, the dash thrust, yeah. That was set up nicely there. Chopping to back Y. Going low with a thrust. Good try. Some upcuts. Thrust from too close there, I would say, and unfortunately, for Usami, Daisy was able to land that hit. Daisy needs one more. Chop this time as Daisy tries to finish it, I think, with a dashing thrust there. Usami says that she's not done yet. Low thrust doesn't connect, but a good try. X cut there. That looks like a really good choice here. Aimed at the sword side instead of the shield side, and it hits reasonably hard. And the reach, although not the highest for Jan's moves, is not bad, because the saber is long. Long guard there actually works quite well, which makes sense. With a shield, that would extend your cone of protection, but the stab actually slips in there. Nice.
Usami comes back and wins. 6-5. And the last fight of round 6, Plebeian is going to fight 2 times actually here. First against Jesus and then against Oak. Let's quickly restart the game. And after this fight, we're going to have a look at the rankings and see what each player needs to go through.
I'll be right back.
Sure. Yeah, so Plebeian in a good position. He needs to get some good results here in the last 2 fights. There's Plebeian, there's Jesus. Plebeian left side, Jesus right side. And then we have 4 fights left and we go into the elimination stage. Plebeian left, Jesus right. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Yeah, as I said, Plebeian in a good spot, but he has to confirm here. That's Jesus' last one against Subu. Perfect thrust to the wrist, to the arm actually. The thrust again. And Jesus punished it. And we'll try the forward dash. Pleb with is patient, trying to do the false edge. Yeah, I think the cancel will definitely work really well for the zero. Can do a lot of interesting stuff. Pleb looking like Eco here with these cancels. Second flag for Jesus. The low guard, the fool's guard did not work there. 3. Jesus. Nice thrust. Double. Punished. Jesus kept composure, and Jesus is very close to a very important win here. Every fight matters a lot here towards the end, and a lot of players are fighting for the top spot. Nice one. 4-3.
Alright, back.
Welcome back. Nice dash.
Ooh, Jesus needs one more.
Yeah, Jesus is in a good position.
Nice interruption. Double. Tried the same thing again, but the timing and I think the positioning was a little bit off. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, close fight now. A lot of attacks from Jesus there. Stab attempt, ooh, but gets stabbed himself. Oh, and Plebeian takes it. Perfect hit.
6-5. Jesus was very close to a win here, but still, even though he lost, he scored 5 flags, which is still very good. Okay, let's have a look at the standings right before the last round. I am number 1 with 36 points, and I can't really lose first place unless I lose to Daisy again at a big difference. So I'm gonna make sure that's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna try at least. Plebeian still keeps his good run, and he's at 32 right now. And now we got a very interesting lineup of people. So we got Mike is 3rd place with 28 points. Jesus 4th with 27. Subu with 26. Oak with 26. And even Usami with 24. So yeah, there are some interesting situations here, and even Usami actually has chances of going through. Even Usami has chances of going through. If she wins at a big difference and some other results go her way, she can even go through. But realistically speaking, I think Mike, Jesus, Subu, and Oak, being separated by only 2 flags, are going to fight for 2 spots in the next round. All right, let's get it going, and we'll see what happens. Oak versus Plebeian is next. Yeah, Plebeian is pretty safe here, I would say. but I'm pretty sure he wants to keep that second position. May even get the first place if he wins here, and I lose against Daisy at a big difference, but realistically speaking, he would probably just want to keep his second position. And Oak needs to win to have a chance of going through. Oak left, plebeian right. Here we go. Yeah, this is probably the tightest competition we've had.
Ooh, takes the hand right off there.
Also, plebeian is number 6 in the rankings, and if he gets some European points here, he might be in a good position. There's even a new role on the server, which is for the first player that is in the Vanguard rank. Wow, woke with the last breath. Called Chief Vanguard, honoring the first player in the rank. Back why. 32.
Feints from plebeian. Oak isn't biting. Goes in, but no kill. Wow. Yeah, I think it's plebeian who's cracking a little bit here. Ooh. Nice upcut. Another upcut.
Oh, nice forward lunge. 4-4. Alright, I'm gonna be a little bit more quiet.
Yeah, no worries. Plebeian takes it.
Wow. 6-4. Congratulations, and the plebeian has secured second place at least here. Let me see. Yeah, if I score less than 2 flags against Daisy, which is possible, he can get first place. Oak gets 30 points though, and he's number 3 right now. But we'll see what happens in the next fight, which is Usami versus Jesus. And Usami actually has an opportunity here to get in the top positions. Let's see. Jesus, I'm gonna give you Steam. I hope you don't mind. Yeah, as I said, this time second place is actually a pretty good position because you don't play in the initial playoff. Oh, not Parsec. Steam. Oh, but actually, if Synth uses keyboard, maybe it's not a problem. I'll ask him. Row tutorial. It's a little bit of a meme now. And Subo, are you here?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? When I checked out the Kobold tutorial, he had a lot of typos in the in the description, which makes me believe that he was typing. He was angry, and he was typing, and he wasn't paying attention to what he was typing.
Oh my.
Yeah, because that's what usually happens when you're like angry. You just kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the crown goes here, and if the attack is blocked, then the crown goes to the other person.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's Jesus. Synth does have a chance of qualifying. She's still. There's still a couple of things that need to happen in order for her to go through. But Jesus has actually a real chance here if he wins. If he wins, he's most likely going to qualify further. No pressure. Here we go. Usami left, Jesus right. Here we go. Saber fight.
Nice chop to start off.
Yeah.
Move back Y. Comes so fast after that stab. Nice upcut though, very forcing.
Nice.
Both trying to snipe each other. Nice.
Yeah, Jesus is very solid tonight. He won something else, but he's been solid in almost every fight. 4-2.
Ooh, goes in with that cut again. Deceptively strong, that dash in that Sam has. Ooh,
Yes.
some lag.
Probably.
Yeah. Hopefully that's resolved now. No chop.
Before.
Nice. Oh, doesn't win the trade.
Down to the
Or
last
double.
flag. And again,
Oh, the ghost goes in.
5, and yeah, Jesus gets the job done here, although very close. Alright, and now we're gonna have a very important fight, which is Mike versus Subu. Probably a bottom mirror. Both Mike and Subu fighting for qualification. Let's get Mike in. Hopefully it works with Parsec. Mike is on left side. Subu on the right. Come on, Mike. Okay, let me see if it works with Parsec. Mike left, Subu right. Oh, it works. Okay, awesome. Boromir. Let's see, Mike is probably, I think this is probably one of the best performances that Mike has ever had today. Also, considering the number of fights. And now he's facing the best player, the best bottom player. I used to play bottom a little bit, and honestly I was thinking that I could hold my own against almost any bottom, but against these two probably I'm not going to do too well nowadays. Nice. Catches him there. With the first flag. Yeah, these two are in direct competition. Two. Yeah, Mike needs to be careful here. He needs a couple of flags. Can't afford to lose at a big difference. Again, 3. Oh, push cut lands. And Mike gets his first kill. Punish. 4-1. Tried a thunder punch, got punished. And Mike is in danger here. Oh. Caught him there. Cancel the attack, but it would have still gone through anyway.
Right, GG.
Yeah, 6-2-1, and now we're gonna have our last fight. Just gonna quickly restart the game. It's gonna be Daisy versus me, a revenge time. I'm also fighting for first place here. I need at least 2 flags. Which is not as easy to get as we've seen. Daisy left.
Yeah, GG.
And I am right. And after that, we're going to immediately start the elimination stage, which is going to be the following. Number 3 and number 4 are going to fight a playoff of best of 2. The house rules that we always use, but we're switching to 7 flags this time. Then the winner is going to face number 2 in the same system, and then the winner is going to face number 1. Okay, Sue is here, but we're going to send Parsec to Daisy.
Yeah, Mike, that happens sometimes. You win so many fights and then, yeah, just one performance and it's over. Bad performance.
Yeah, you need consistency. That's the thing. You need to consistently
Yeah,
get
I almost fell prey to exactly the same thing, so I get it. I get it. That's why I was fighting so hard to make sure I got through.
Okay, Daisy taking left. I'm taking right.
Yeah, see you as well, Mike. Glad you were able to show up. Was a great tournament. And I'm sure the next stage will be intense as well. And yeah, don't feel discouraged about that. Of course, Mike, you did fantastic for most of the tournament. And like I said in the Discord chat, your bar bash is great. I was analyzing the moves you were using, and like already going into our fight, I was trying to go in with a game plan that would hopefully counter your game plan. So that's why I was doing a lot of those snap cuts. I knew you might try a bunch of YY, so if I could slip something in the middle, maybe that would do something. And just, you know, keeping it simple. I didn't even want to sidestep too much. I know I usually do that, but I had a feeling if that failed, I would just be wide open, so wanted to play a solid linear game. Definitely threaten the sidesteps, but not like overdo it with that. Yeah, agree 100% plebeian. His Barabash continues to impress me. If I didn't get momentum right out of the gate there, it's quite possible Mike would have still advanced because he was 2 flags ahead of me going in. So even if I did good in that fight, relatively speaking, it's still possible he could have advanced anyway. It's just that momentum, I think, was what did it. It's very, very important to get a good start, oftentimes, in these fights. Or if it's not a good start, at least a passable start. And it's not that Mike did bad, it's just flag-wise, there is a tough hill to climb once it started collapsing. And I was not gonna let up on the pressure, so.
GG.
And Daisy takes it. Wow. Nice fight, though.
Yeah. Takes a 6-5. Congratulations. Again, Daisy is my counter here, but luckily this time I got the number of flags needed to go through. Right, so we are going to end group stage here, and we're going to have a look at the rankings. Here we go. So I take first place. So I'm qualified directly in the final with 2 lives. Plebeian number 2 qualified to the semi-final. Jesus and Subu managed to get the qualification to the next round. Unfortunately, Oak and Mike, although they did great, they weren't able to go through based on the number of flags. Well, Oak has lost a couple of fights. Mike was able to win 4 of his fights. Unfortunately, he didn't have enough flags to go through. So yeah, so here's what's going to happen again. Subu and Jesus are going to start fighting a best of 2 7 flags. You already know how the system works. Winner fighting Plebeian, same situation, and then the winner is going to fight me in the final. And without further ado, let's go ahead. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Jesus managed to advance, although he was very close. I was probably thinking Mike or Oak would take would to go through. Unfortunately, Oak had also a little bit of a bad luck. He lost a couple of close fights. So yeah. Alright. Subu versus Jesus. And the first fight between them actually was a win for Jesus, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
6-2 something. 6-2, yeah. But
I think it was 2, yeah.
it's gonna be a different ball game here.
Don't sound so surprised.
Okay, we're switching to 7. Here we go. Actually, we have 3 North Americans qualified alongside myself. So, although it's late here in Romania, it's still pretty a pretty good time in the U.S. and Canada. So here we go. What's the time like now? Like 4 or 5 p.m. something like that. Jesus left and Subu right. Oh, did I get him here? Oh, not yet. Here we go.
Alright. Good luck, Jesus.
Good luck.
I'm gonna try something.
The red skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it brings a little bit of a fresh 1 second, just to change the name of the fight, which is a playoff. This is a playoff for qualifications to the semifinals. Here we go. A reminder that flags also matter here, but only if the fight goes to 1-1. Oh, he beat the guard there, but couldn't follow up. Subo gets it. Three now for Subu. And fourth flag. Jesus needs to be careful. Nice shot. Yeah, Subu's on a mission. He had some setbacks there, but now he's locked in. Nice, gets caught by the thrust. This time he follows up 5-3. Nice forward cut, 6-3. Yeah, probably Jesus wants one more here to keep it more competitive in the next round when they're gonna swap sides. Oh, the Subu's hit the guard there. Oh, nice aggression. 7-3. Subu is now left side. Jesus is on the right, and Jesus needs to win this set, no matter how, with what difference, but needs to win this set to push it into a tiebreak. Swap sides. I'll be right back.
GG, Chesses. Yeah, I think the answer to your Sam was just to pick up speed. I found I had to just go crazy with those side steps. And yeah, glad I found the answer. But a very, very good Samuel.
Alright, I am back. Looks like Subu managed to secure the win here. Congratulations to Cheeses though for advancing into the next round. He got 4th place, which means that he gets an extra point in the rankings. Congratulations on that. So Subu is now going to fight Plebeian in the semi-final, and after taking the first revenge, Subu is now going after another player that managed to defeat him. 3 players managed to defeat Subu tonight, Cheeses, Plebeian, and myself. So he's coming for all of us. One is down. It's kind of the theme of the Ghost of Yote thing.
Mm-hmm.
The main character goes after 6 people. So yeah. Great. Plebeian versus Subu. Next fight. This one is definitely going to be very competitive.
When's the next Samurai event? Sunday most likely. I'll update you guys Saturday for sure. I'll make the announcement and you guys can sign up then. Yeah, it's not tomorrow. Don't worry. That's USFC.
Where's Pleb? Finally, Massanol just went to hell. Yeah, it's a tough business.
Yeah. And I just thought like faster side steps, just be more, not necessarily more aggressive, but more active. That was what I changed. So
Here we go. Plebeian left side, Subu right side.
yeah, Fiore does have groin kicks actually. Yeah, that's true. In his treatise, block the long sword, then kick low. Actually, kind of similar to what Isabella does, but it's more like a Sparta kick, not a side kick.
Here we go. Yeah, 2 rounds of 7 flags. Nice thrust. Plebeian takes the first. And the second wins the trade there. Zera definitely has the power to trade with Bara. He just needs the precision. That was a nice cancel there, but the back kicks exposed him. 2-1. Oh, again the same. This time Subu missed. I think Pleb going eco definitely helps. I always thought that the more chaotic Zera is a better Zera. Oh, close there, but Subu kept his composure. 2-2. Ha! Oh, perfect. That looked like Isabella's snap cut in terms of strap. 4-2. to, and looks like Pleb's training for today in this mode and the early versions are paying off. 4-2. Got a push. 2 telegraphed. Subu punished it. 4-3. Subu has a very good reaction game. Like if you're trying something fun, he's gonna punish you immediately. 5-4. Yeah. Pleb with the advantage, but still fragile against somebody else. There we go. Samurai there. Try it again. Too slow. But he's still alive. Gotta be careful with stamina. Subu's patient. Yeah, beautiful. 7-5. Close fight. All will be decided in the next one. Reminder, if Subu wins here, it's gonna go into a tiebreak, taking into account the number of flags. Plebeian has a number of 2 flags for a possible tiebreak. Subu depends on if he wins and the score that he wins with. Plebeian right side. Subu changing skills. Plebeian, oh, and again that samurai move working well, but Plebeian timed it well. Nice side step, and you can definitely see Plebeian's confidence after going 6-1 in the round robin. But it's still up for grabs. Nice. But this time, Subu calls him out. Zeri's tanky though. He can take some hits to the head, and he's pretty tall, so a lot of attacks go to his shoulders. And again, the same move. Oh, beautiful thrust. Yeah, Plebeian is in a flow state, I think. Nice. Subu punishes him. And this is where Subu gets very dangerous, when he's just a few flags behind. Nice back white. Plebeian needs only 2 more. Plebeian having fun. Oh, try had a samurai there, but got caught. 5-3. Oh, caught him there in the side step. Plebeian needs to do more. I think he went for the push or the grab. Plebeian needs to be careful. Yeah, there you go, another one. Plebeian needs one more, but Subu's definitely determined to make a comeback. Got two. Oh! And another one. Plebeian needs to be careful. As I said, this is where Subu gets very dangerous. Fool's guard. Oh, and Subu wins. Guys, keep the same sides. Subu has one flag left. Plebeian has two. Pick your characters. Yeah, so Plebeian has lost a very big advantage, but he still has the advantage. And now it's getting very, very tense. As I said, Plebeian has lost a very big advantage, but he still has the advantage. He has two flags, Subu has one. So Plebeian needs to score one flag here, Subu needs to score two. That would be an insane comeback for Subu, I have to say, if he pulls it. You can feel the tension. Subu gets it. Last flag. Do or die. Damn, man. Plebeian wins. Last possible flag. Crazy. Subu managed to make a very good comeback, but Plebeian wins, and he's in the final. Congratulations. Subu gets third place.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, to be honest. You had
Yeah,
like
it was close.
a lot of flags that you managed to get back, and then lost the last one. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is what it is. That's what.
yeah, it happens.
Still
He
like,
also earned his way to that spot, is how I look at it. So he was a formidable opponent.
yeah, right. Okay, we're in the grand final now. Me versus plebeian. Let me tell him how it works. Okay, so I explained to Pleb how it works because I believe this is probably the first final he had on my host. So congrats on that. And here we go. Well deserved. He got second place in the round robin. So yeah, I am left, he's right. Here we go.
Your plebeian going over Zera, of course. Nice stab from Venator, though, to start this fight off. Was thinking of going Isabella, actually, but I think Bara was definitely the correct pick.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't that resulted in my loss. I think towards the end, I was getting a little overzealous there to finish the fight. If I just calmed down a little bit, maybe I would have had it. And that is what it is. Plus, I saw how well Plebeian was faring against Isabella, and I was like, yeah, it's probably not worth trying that. It might be a fun fight, but I don't know if it would be better than Bara.
Nice.
Right to the head, nice. Although I like the idea that Venator had there too. He was clearly trying to trap the blade and land a strike of his own, get out of the way, that type of thing.
Go, go, go. Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, Venator trying to get a bind on that longer. Wow, there was some twist there, but in the end, Plebeian snags it. Venator's just going in, and it works, although he doesn't get the kill, so he backs off, which is probably wise. You don't want to get back wide out of nowhere. Again, it works. That thrust is able to hit the arm. I think it's mostly a graze, but still. It's at least forcing Plebeian to rethink the strategy a little bit. Wow, the samurai. Yeah, so for people watching, it's pretty simple. If Venator wins this match, it's over. But if Plebeian wins, then they go into another round. Back Y. Plebeian actually ahead now. This is pretty huge for him, I would say. Just gotta keep his cool. And obviously stick to the game plan that's working. Yeah, he loves that combo. It's actually not bad. Pretty difficult to deal with. Beats the blade there. But yeah, high guard in between. And they're both fighting really tightly here. Thrust from Plebeian is able to connect just before Venator's attack. Nicely done. Punishing the high guard. Venator goes high guard. That back Y coming in hot, but Venator is able to block it just in time. Nice cancel from Plebeian, but Venator is able to sidestep and hit the hand. Yeah, Plebeian's landed a hit. And another one, nice stab.
Yeah, wins the first set. Plebeian now on the left, I'm on the right. Swap side. Swap sides. Your left. Yeah.
Nice. Knee there. Nice. Venator follows it up. This fight's shaping up to be close as well this round. Venator testing the guard. So is Plebeian. It's a double after Plebeian runs Venator through. Very nasty way to go. Nice high guard cut. Venator now ahead by 1. Hit to the leg by Venator. Limits Plebeian's options, but he might start fighting like a caged animal. Like he's doing now with those stabs. Venator really has to mind them. All the feints too. Venator trying to snipe the hand, but isn't quite able to do that. high guard cut is parried by that Zwart combo. But yeah, retreat thrust. I like how Venator's keeping it clean. Nice combination by Venator. Ooh. Tiger cut. Venator needs one more. There it is. And this is pretty huge for Venator here going into the tiebreak.
Yeah, so let me tell Pleb what it's going on. So, Pleb, you got one flag left. I have 4. So, yeah, keep the same sides. So Pleb needs to score 4 here, and I need to score 1 to win. And if he does, we're still gonna go to the next one. I'm gonna treat this seriously.
Ooh, downward cut there. Venator trying to get an angle, but in doing so, you can sometimes open yourself up. Grab, wow, that was beautiful.
GG. Yeah, well played from Plebeian. Second place is definitely an amazing performance here tonight. And it was a great event, great events actually, with the Samurai and this event as well. Thank you everybody for competing. Thank you for watching. Hopefully Kubold will adjust this mode a little bit, maybe tone down the cancels or give us an option to shut them off, because everything else is great besides that. And yeah, Subu, thank you for helping out as always.
Yeah, no problem.
And we're probably going to see each other on Sunday to fight
Yep,
another
for sure.
another Sengoku battle. Have a wonderful night, guys, and I'll see you next time.